Ciao everyone, this is Rino, and today I'm gonna just give you a brief introduction of LM Studio, which is one probably of the easiest way to start experimenting local LLM. The local LLM is gonna be basically a large language model that is gonna work on your own personal PC, and of course it's for free. It's gonna give you 100% of privacy. For instance, you can even unplug your old internet cables and it's gonna still work for you. The only limitation is that you might need to upgrade your hardware in case you don't meet the requirement of LM Studio. You can see here that you need to have 16 gigabytes of RAM, and that's probably a big requirement for many people that use a simple laptop. In this case, I'm gonna use a laptop or a PC that is gonna allow us to do it. This is how it looks like when it has been just installed on your PC and never use it. On this PC, I have been using it a few months ago on another PC. So let's go and have a look what we need to do when it's already installed on your PC and figure it out what are the main features that we can use. So of course it's gonna ask us to install the first language model. Here is suggesting us to download Gemma 3. Gemma 3 is a model developed by Google. 12 billion parameters, I guess, is a good starting point. You will see that the number of parameters, the billion of parameters, is going to strongly affect the speed of your model on one hand. On the other hand, it's going to affect the memory that you're going to store this model on, and also the virtual RAM, the graphical RAM or the desktop RAM that you're going to use for running these models. And so you might choose a bigger model. That means that the quality, of course, is going to be much better in terms of reasoning and answer on one side, but you need always to balance with the hardware that you have in place. So let's go and start downloading this model. And I'm gonna pause the video now and start again in a few seconds when the download has been done. Welcome back. You can see that we have already successfully downloaded Gemma 3 12 billion parameter. Let's go and have a try. So here it seems that the model has not been loaded. So let's load it. You can see here it's putting the model, I guess, on my no graphic card. I don't think I have the space for 12 billion parameters, so I guess it's gonna use my real RAM, the PC one. And here, while it's loading, you can see you have the possibility to have a different interface, and I guess depending on what you put, you will have more capabilities in changing the model. So let's give it a try and see as it is how it works. Let me ask the model to write down a story and see how it performs. So finger crossed that it's gonna have relatively good results. Let's wait and see. So you can see that in this case it's going really slowly. So I'm very confident that it's running on my computer RAM and not running on the graphic card. And this is what might happen to you as well if you don't have a really big graphic card that has enough dedicated RAM that is going to allow you to run the model on it. So what we can go and see, first of all, probably the first things I will do is to go and search for a different model. So here it seems that we can change setup. I want to go and see if I can actually download the equivalent of Gemma. let's try something much smaller and see. Let's go and see first of all what graphic card I have available here. To be honest, I forgot about it. So it seems that we have only 3 gigabytes of RAM on this PC. So if we download this one, Gemma 4 billion probably is not gonna do a great job. Let's play safe and download 1 billion parameter. So in this case, as I mentioned before, we are gonna see a much faster model running hopefully on my GPU this time. On the other side, you will have a bit of drop of quality of a model because he has only 1 billion parameter. Just to give you a context, GPT-4 has 1.7 trillion parameter. So it's really tiny model, but let's go and see how it look like. So now I'm gonna load, as you can see here, the 1 billion parameter. Let's start with a new chat if I manage to figure it out. So let's try with the small model. You can see that it has been pretty quick. Let me ask for a story about Paris and see. You can see that now it's going much faster, and it's because it's of course running on my graphic card. We can also monitor it if we go to our performance and see what happened. Let's ask another long story. So let's ask for something that is gonna keep the model a bit busy, so we will have time to monitor. Yeah, you can see here that there is work happening in both the GPU and CPU, and if I'm not wrong, it's because we have the possibility to share the load between the two of them. So let's just stop it and let's close all this stuff and go and see what we can do to customize this model. So you can see here the feature of the model, and I'm pretty sure that somewhere it's gonna give us the possibility to do some change. This is something that I really like, because the system prompt have the possibility to change. The system prompt will allow you to change dramatically the way the model behave. And in fact, if you use the right prompts here, you will see that your hallucination will drop dramatically if you know how to set up. Let's see and go and check the possibility. Beautiful. Here you have the possibility to modify the temperature. That is another key parameter that can be used to limit the hallucination capability. Oh, not capability, yes, the hallucination problem that you will have with any large language model. And here there are more advanced parameters that will change the behavior of your model. So let's keep here as it is, and you can see here there are also possibility to change the way the model is run on your computer. Context length of 4000 token, it's okay, and of course it's strongly related with the top. It depends on the model that you are using. A small language model, if I'm not wrong, go around 8000 context length, and it's pretty much the memory it's gonna be used to generate the answer. The bigger, the better. If I'm not mistaken, the new GPT 4.1 is allowing you to have 1 million token, so it's massive, and it comes with a lot of benefits, especially when you do some task. If you have a really small context length, you will see that the work is not gonna be Excellent. So the model is still here. What I'm gonna try to do now is to use one of the my favorite features that we have here, is the possibility to load a document. You can see here you have the possibility to have a different kind of format, and he start telling you to be really specific when you ask things, because otherwise the model is gonna go a bit on its way. So what I'm gonna do now is to download one of my VR paper. Let's try to use this one that is open access. So it's a literature review about virtual reality for safety training. And Science Direct, of course, is trying to figure it out if I'm human or robot. Oh, thank goodness he realized I'm still a human. So I'm gonna download this file, and now let's go and have a look at it. Let's go to the download session and import this file. Now, my advice, don't do what I'm doing. Don't use, if you're trying to query a file, to use a PDF as it is. The quality is not gonna be that great. It's always good to have some pre-processing of files and convert them in much more readable and structured file like TXT, MD, or JSON file. And there are many parsers out there that you can use online just to convert few files. Of course, then if you want to convert a lot more, you need to pay for it. We can probably have another video just on parsing, because it's one of the key things that we are gonna have. So it's telling me that it's gonna create a rug. So let's see how it works. I'm not sure if it's gonna do data injection, so use the data as it is. Probably not. If you're gonna build up a rug, I'm gonna later do some more study about LLM Studio and see what is behind the scene. And I'm gonna put it probably down in the comments here. So let's ask simple question. What is this article about? And I apologize if I misspell stuff. I'm a bit dyslexic. So it seems that he has been loading the information and say that he's gonna do some injection. So it seems that, yeah, he's doing a really good job. He's telling me, I know that this paper is actually about it. I can see that he has been chunking the text, so it's most likely that there is a RAG system working behind the scene. If you want to see a video also about what is a RAG, we can spend hours talking about it. So it seems that he has been generating quite fast token per second. How many token has been generating? And let's go and see something more specific. I know that this paper has meta regression, meta analysis. Results. Let's see if it's smart enough. Yeah. So it seems that it's not telling me quite a lot of interesting things. Let's be more specific. Say about VR using the meta analysis in this paper. Let's go and have a look. No, it's not really doing a great job. And I'm pretty sure that I know where we can do some change. Of course, we can go and try to use a better model. But I'm gonna go back here. You remember we talked about this context length. Let's go and put something bigger in terms of context length. Probably I should also try to figure it out where to go and change the capability of the RAG system, because there could be another limitation that the RAG parameter are not great in understanding this paper. But another problem, as I said, I'm using a PDF. Don't use it. Try to pre-process your data. So let's try again. Let's see if he does a better job. Now it's still being a bit too generic about what is a meta-analysis. And he actually managed to get some bad citation. And I can see here that there is a problem that it's only using retrieving bad citation. Let me try to have a small pre-processing of this file and we will try it again. So I'm gonna stop here and start again in a few seconds. Welcome back, and I've been completing the parsing. Let's try with a new chart. And in this case, I'm gonna use this MD file that includes all the information. And let's ask again the results. From this paper. So in this case, if it doesn't work, that means that we either need to use a better model or improve the capability of the retrieving, because it's likely that it's not using the right part of the document to generate an answer. So it seems that, let's see if we copy this. I want to the effect sizes. Let's try to be more specific. The meta-analysis. Let's see if we get something better. So it seems that the MD file probably is not providing good information. So what I'm gonna do is to go back where I was parsing my document and try to see if we get some better results with the JSON file that I've been generating as well. So I'm gonna go and download it and let's have a look with that. Definitely the RAG doesn't seem to look that great right now. So let's go and do another try. Otherwise, I'll give up here for today. Tell me about the meta-analysis. Let's see if we manage to get better answer in this case. Otherwise, that means that Gemma 1 billion, not ideal. So this file is much bigger, so it's gonna take a bit more time to do the chunking. So it's gonna split the document in different parts, and then it's gonna do the retrieval just using the best part out of this document linked with what we are asking for. Otherwise, I'm gonna say LLM Studio not that great, because I can show you in another video what you can achieve with another tool that I love. It's Open Web UI. It's much more demanding to install it. I personally have it running on a virtual Linux machine and use Docker, so it requires a lot more information, but still not doing a great job in reporting the meta-analysis results. So probably is the RAG system that is not that great. Let's try removing that setup and see what happens. No, it's automatically. No, it's just giving me standard answer. So yeah, LM Studio, relatively easy to install and run, but as you can see, the quality of the answer is a bit not that great when you are trying to ask specific question on a really complicated document like the paper that I was showing you. So, but it's, let's say, a good way to start using local LLM, and don't overdo downloading too many documents, and have a try with different model. I also suggest you to think about the possibility to test, for instance, a thinking model. Gemma is not one of them, and you will see that the quality is gonna get somewhere better than what we have been seeing today. Not really happy about this preliminary funding, but I'm sure that with a bit of customization, we can get and squeeze a bit more out of this beautiful tool. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you to the next one. Bye.